Okay, so apparently we just recently got our first trailer for next year's Spider-Man Homecoming, the new Spider-Man movie again. This time it's actually being helmed simultaneously by Marvel Studios so that they can put Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And after seeing Spider-Man and Captain America Civil War, which in my opinion is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made, I'm really pumped for this, because I really loved Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I definitely think he's the funniest Spider-Man we've seen yet. His suit, I think, looks really good and translates to CGI really well. I think he's better than Tobey Maguire, but I need to see if he can be better than Andrew Garfield. Because like I said, we only saw like maybe 4 minutes of Spider-Man, maybe, in Civil War. So, I mean, that was just his introduction. I want to see what they do in Spider-Man Homecoming, and it looks like we might be getting some pretty awesome Spider-Man stuff. First of all, like I said, this is a really funny Spider-Man. Like, in this trailer, we see him trying to stop a bunch of thugs who have Avengers masks, and he sarcastically says, "Wait, you guys aren't the Avengers." I cracked up at that. It was just so, like, he said that in such a funny way. It also seems like the high school parts in this movie are going to be more comedic. So like a high school comedy, sort of like Superbad, although I'm very sure it's not going to be as vulgar as Superbad. There's this one scene where Peter Parker and his friend are looking at this one girl, and they're saying how pretty she is. And then Peter Parker says, "We should probably stop staring at her. That might get creepy after a while." And then this one dorky girl says, "Too late. You guys are losers." I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who Zendaya is. I don't know. I literally have no idea who she is or what she's been in. It's just like, ugh. I've heard she's probably a Disney star. I don't know. Again, I have no idea who Zendaya is or what she's famous for. All I know is that she's a girl and she's like one of those celebrities who uses one name. But from what I've seen from the reviews of this trailer, I think she might be the dorky girl, which is a breath of fresh relief, because if she is Peter Parker's love interest in this movie, then thank goodness it's another nerdy girl, because one of the things that really made the Amazing Spider-Man movies stand so strong, in my opinion, was the romance. It was probably some of the best romance I've ever seen in a superhero movie. Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy meshed together so perfectly, and it's definitely because, well, not only was she not a cheating, whiny bitch like Mary Jane, but she had the same sort of interests as Peter. Like, she was still, like, Gwen Stacy was still nerdy enough for Peter. And it looks like that this character played by Zendaya, if that is who she is playing, it looks like she might be nerdy too, and it just makes it more relatable. It makes it more realistic for Peter Parker to go after her. So I hope they do that and not have Peter Parker try to date some girl that he could never realistically get. Now, I didn't know Tony Stark was actually going to be a supporting character in this movie. I thought he was, going to have like a cameo at the end of the movie or somewhere like in the middle of the movie to give him confidence. But no, it looks like he actually will be a character in the movie, which again, I think it's pretty cool, because like there's this really funny scene where Peter Parker and Tony Stark are in the car, and Tony Stark says, "Just don't do anything I would do." Or anything that I wouldn't do. There's kind of a gray area with that. And then he reaches over Peter, and Peter thinks Tony's giving him a hug for confidence, and he's hugging him back, but then Tony Stark says, "Oh, what are you doing? I'm not hugging you, I'm trying to open the door for you." It just goes to show how, like, it really goes to show that this, like I said, is the funniest Peter Parker / Spider-Man we've seen yet. He's so new to this, and he just doesn't know how to act around these superheroes that he really admires, which again I think is really funny. And once more, I gotta touch on the suit. The suit is so cool. And they actually give an explanation to the suit being so tight-fitting, because even in all the other Spider-Man movies, and even a lot of other superhero movies, I'm like, how are you able to put that suit on? It's so tight around you, like it's skin tight. How are you able to put that thing around you? And in this one, they give an explanation. There's like a little button somewhere on the suit that actually tightens up the suit. Like we see this because, you know, when one of Peter Parker's friends sees Peter Parker as Spider-Man, he's like, it's not what it looks like, and he presses this button, and the suit just sort of goes loose and, you know, falls down. I'm like, oh my god, that is so original. That's really original. We haven't seen that with any kind of superhero with tight-fitting clothes. Like, giving this kind of an explanation to it. I mean, yeah, we get an explanation for, you know, the Dark Knight, but like, this is different. Like, this is like a one-piece suit. Like, somehow this is a suit that is skin tight, and somehow this guy is getting in and out of it. This is a really good explanation. The whole button being like one press of a button and boom, yeah, the suit is tight-fitting and it fits perfectly now. I really like that when they give an explanation to why a suit is designed and feels the way it does. And I'm also pretty excited to see that Michael Keaton is going to play the Vulture in this movie, because like we all loved him as Batman from Batman and Batman Returns, even though I personally don't think he was really the greatest Bruce Wayne. And of course in this movie he's going the villain route, and I can't wait to see what they do with this, because I always feel like I've always felt like that with the Marvel villains, Spider-Man's always had the best villains. He's sort of like Marvel's Batman. He has the most interesting story, and he has the greatest villains out of the entire comic book company. It's like with Green Goblin, Venom, who's my personal favorite, Doc Ock, and now the Vulture. I can't wait to see what they do with the Vulture in this. Also, there seems to be like a scene where there's some sort of huge ship that's like going down, and he's sort of webbing it back together, or at least trying to stop it from leaking any further. It sort of reminded me of the train scene from Spider-Man 2, where he has these two webs and he's just trying to stop the train from wrecking. So, I mean, that's pretty neat. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no connection to that movie whatsoever. It's still a pretty neat visual to see how strong Spider-Man really is. And now that I think of it, this is probably the strongest Spider-Man has ever been in any movie. I mean, he's trying to put back together a ship. A huge ship. We've never seen any Spider-Man before this one be that strong. So, this looks really cool. What I'm hoping for this movie is that it's the perfect in-between for the people who liked the original Tobey Maguire movies and the Andrew Garfield reboot movies, still having a lighthearted tone and jokes like the original, but still having enough grit and realism and more realistic characters from the Andrew Garfield franchise. Now, which ones do I prefer in my opinion? So those are my thoughts on the trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm really excited for this movie. It's one of my most anticipated movies of 2017. I mean, 2017 is already going to have a bunch of movies that I'm really excited for, like, for example, Spider-Man Homecoming, the Lego Batman movie, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that looks really fun, and of course, Star Wars Episode 8, which we still don't have a title to. I want to know what this movie is going to be called. Just please, give us anything about Episode 8. I'll get my surprise review out soon. I've just been sick and I really haven't been able to do any videos because I really didn't feel like coughing in front of you guys throughout the entire video. And stay tuned because sometime soon I'm also going to have a review out for the trailer for War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm really excited to see that trailer and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on that one. because I have some things to say about what I think of the previous Planet of the Apes movies, at least in this franchise. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, give it a like, and share this video so we can get the channel circulated. And if you want to see more, click this.